Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Opposing Views with Aini and Christelle. Hi, I'm Aini.
Hi, I'm Christelle. We are here to have open and authentic conversations, even if these conversations may be really difficult to have.
Yes, no bullshit, no judgment, basically putting everything out there.
So grab your cup of coffee or tea and join us in today's conversation on should I follow my heart or my stomach? So let's get talking. So you might have noticed that we made some changes because we want to make this podcast a better one for you, and that's why we did some internal reshuffling.
Yeah, so I'm excited about this. And today we are actually talking, Christelle, you said follow your heart or your stomach. So which is you? You follow your heart or your stomach?
I follow my heart 100%. Ta-da!
Okay. Right. So tell me about how did you ended up following your heart? Is it from the very beginning? You were already chasing your passion in terms of your career choice?
Well, career-wise, yes, I admit at the very beginning, I was very lost, and I did not know whether video production was for me. So I wandered around for a bit, before I started my own business. And then what made me realize this was 100% what I want to do is the joy in doing this, it makes me feel fulfilled somehow. Yeah. And yes, although it's difficult, but I really enjoy the process, being an entrepreneur and all. I mean, okay, maybe I shouldn't call myself entrepreneur because I am not there yet, but going to be. Yeah, I'm a business owner. We're going to be entrepreneur. Yes. And when it comes to career, it's something that we all have to try. We have to try different things before we know what we want. So before video production, before I knew that this was the road I want to go down, I went and worked at a preschool because that was something that I always wanted to try out. Back when in poly we had to choose the courses we want to do and all that. So preschool was early childhood was one of the courses, but I didn't get in. So that's why when I felt like very unfulfilled in video production, then after I felt okay, maybe it's time for a change because who knows, right? So I went in, and early childhood is a very different environment where it's 9 to 6 or 8 to 5 or even 7 to 4. It's all very early. But in creative line, your body clock is chapalang one. So I am, or rather I have been a night owl all the way. So the sudden change in this body clock thing where I have to wake up super early before I even see the sun, it was very difficult. I fell sick so much. I wasn't happy. And there's nothing wrong with the job. I mean, I love the kids. Really, they're so cute. It's just the fulfillment. I didn't feel great about doing it. I didn't feel, there was just something missing basically. And I started to miss video production. And I started to miss having creativity. I started to miss being in control, in fact. I'm someone that cannot do well under the management of others, especially if I feel this manager is not good. Because I feel that, and part of the reason, a huge part of the reason why I chose to do business is because I want to be a better leader than those who were leaders for me. Because this is another topic, but I feel that most leaders nowadays are not fit to be leaders. Yeah. That's why I chose to choose my heart, to follow my heart.
Yeah. So you decided that, well, when you talk about early childhood as well, I can see there's sparks in your eyes that you really like kids, but you tried it out. It's just that the environment, you feel that was not the environment that you wanted because it kind of stifle you and you can't be creative anymore. So you
Yeah.
decided to follow your heart, right? But there's this, this term that has been said 1 million times, starving artist, like struggling, right? Especially you're into creative field, but you're not even working for people. You're not even like getting a stable 9 to 5, even a contract work that you're working for someone. You actually strike out to start your own business. So yeah, I can really see the passion in that. But isn't that but how about taking care of yourself financially? How about paying bills? How about all these other things that come with being an adult?
Okay, this is I'm not sure if it's just me or maybe it's like my experience, but a lot of people tend to assume that, oh, this girl is young, she wants to start her own business. Probably have rich parents to back to rely on. That's why she can just free and easy all the way, don't need to care about monetary terms. So I admit that I did not grow up with full understanding of financial management. So I had to learn all this along the way. When it comes to money, it's important. And it's not because and a lot of people don't like to talk about money because it's a hurt it will hurt the relationship. It will hurt like oh, you talk about money means you're very calculative, means you're very money minded and all. But it's actually not. We should talk about money more often actually, because a lot of people get into debt because they don't understand money management.
Christelle, this is something that we really need to talk about. I think we need to talk about this. Let's park this aside.
Yeah.
Let's do one episode on. Let's talk about money.
Okay, sure. But yes, basically, I did not come from rich family. I was brought up by a single mom. I didn't grow up with a dad. We used to live in those one 2 room flats rented by HDB, and we lived on the first floor. So I definitely don't come from a rich family. And then the question marks will come, huh? Then all the more you should come from you should do the stable pay, right? And all that. I always grew up knowing that I will never ever survive doing a 9 to 5 job. So somehow, I guess this stuck in me for a very, very long time since I was very young. And then I'm very lucky to be able to get the support from my mom. It took a while. She was actually quite upset that I chose business instead of having a stable job. But I had to keep telling her I will do my best. Even if I earn 500 per month, I will give you $300. Then I'll just survive on $200.
That's really interesting, Christelle, because as I understand, your mom herself is a businesswoman, and yet she discouraged you to start your own business.
It's very weird, right? Yeah, but I think it's because she told me before, business is very hard, it's not for everyone, which I agree, it's not for everyone. But I don't know, maybe I'm sadistic that way, where the more difficult it is, the more I want to try. And I apply the same method when it comes to video projects. The more creative or difficult it is to execute, the more I want to do. So that is the underlying drive behind it. And coming with bills, right? It's because I know I have to pay that bill. I have to survive every month. I have to make sure I survive before my company survives, before my staff survives. And I have to have that recurring income. That's all the more I want to do. I want to make this work. Yeah, and I don't care if I have to take projects that I don't like. At least it pays the bills. Yeah.
So it's like, you follow your passion, but it's not all about just, I have this creativity and I have this passion and I don't care about any other things. Like I said, there are certain times when you basically just do what you have to do. You might even do, take out some project that you feel might not be the creative direction you want to go, but you take it because it pays bills.
Yeah, correct. And I call this passion with responsibility.
Oh, I like this, passion with responsibility.
Yeah. So I am not those typical kind where I don't care, I'm gonna do what I want, and I don't care whether I was starved to death. I will make sure that
the starving artist mentality, right?
Yeah, I don't support that mindset. I know that I'm not those kind of people. I'm creative, but I'm a creative with business mind. So I grew to become like that because I need to make sure that this is a profitable business. It's not a charity.
Yeah, because I also heard you earlier on when you say that you want to try out a few things, you're not sure what you want, but there are people who keep trying out. They say, oh, my heart says I should do this, and then I do it. Oh, I don't like it, I jump to the next thing. Oh, my heart. So it's like, so where's your heart, right? And they just want to keep trying and trying, and nothing come out of it, right? Because we all know that if you don't stay in something long enough, you never get good at it, right?
Yeah.
Just following your heart, even, well, correct me if I'm wrong, even when it comes to video production, you cannot be good during the first 6 months or first 1 year, right? Yes, you're following your heart, but you still need to go through that whole process, right? To hone your skill before you can be good at it, right? So cannot just follow your heart and keep jumping from one job to another job and ended up nothing.
That's true. I would say maybe I would usually, I mean, obviously if you jump every 1 month, like every month you jump to a different job, then obviously you're not going anywhere. For example, this month I choose to be a HR consultant. Next month I choose to be a copywriter. And then it's like 1 month in and then you think you're able to get it. No, I think you should need at least 1 year. At least 1 year. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose I agree with you that passion is important to a certain extent, right? Because you do need to have the interest to want to put in the time and the effort and to, as you said, it's at least 1 year you have to be in there to find out, right? So certain level of interest is obviously necessary. Yeah, but I'm also thinking that sometimes it's reality, right? I have my mortgage to pay, I have children to look after. It's not just me. If I'm myself just starving, fine, but maybe I have to look after my elderly parents, I have to look after my kids, or I have my mortgage to pay. Even basic things like, hey, I need to pay for my Wi-Fi, right? And do a business. Yeah, so
okay, if I were in a position, like, because today, right now, I am not in a position where I have a house to pay for, I have kids to feed. I'm not in a position where I have hospital bills to pay or whatever, I'm in a position where, because I know that I don't have all these debts to, or rather heavy bills to pay for, all the more I need to make this business work. Or rather jump into this business venture and experiment and try out, and continue on. But if the tables turn and I were in a position, I'm married, I have 2 kids, I need to pay for the house, or maybe I have BTO coming and I have to pay that down payment, or I have a car, then yeah, I will get a stable job, because entrepreneurship is definitely not supposed to be one of the options. A stable job is the way to go, because now it's not just yourself already. You have 2 kids, you have your partner, you have the house, you have insurance, you have so many things. So it's really down to priority.
Yeah, totally right. So that's why you said passion with responsibility.
Yes.
And as like I said, as a young person, a young adult, without all these responsibilities, you have that, in a way, that
Freedom?
advantage, right? The
Yeah.
advantage to explore. Then it's time for you to explore, right? But then I can also see that you are not hopping from one thing to another, right?
Yeah.
As you say, 6 months to 1 year, you really, jump in and do it and try to make it work. Yeah. So then passion definitely need to be there, especially what you do, right? Creative kind of work.
Creative work, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited to see sparks coming out
Can
from
see
you.
fireworks.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, of course, I mean, my generation, we I think very few of us, if I can tell my 20-year-old self today, give my 20-year-old self a good advice, that I would say start a business, because no one else was doing it. And you'll be the only one doing it. You'll be like, whatever you do, you might be just ahead. Because when I first started out, you only have those big companies with big names, right? And it's very rare that somebody during my generation would say, hey, after I graduate, I want to start my own business. I want to do this, I want to do that. Most of us is just, okay, let's just make sure we graduate with a good result and we can get into a good company and start off with a good job, and then hopefully we can stay in that company for like at least 5 years, 10 years, and that stable income. And that is, in a way, success.
Yeah.
And you fulfill, your parents' expectation of you, right? Oh, they give us a good education, they expect us to get good results and come out and work for a company and stay, right? In my generation, if a person interview us and look at your CV, and if they see that, wow, you changed 3 jobs in 3 years, then that is a no. But now it's different, right? CV can also speaks a very, very different thing in different era. Yeah.
CV. Oh my god. I cannot remember the last time I used my CV. Oh shit.
Go for a job interview. Yeah.
I would say yeah, that one is a bit difficult for me because I really don't have much to say for that. But maybe hearing from my own friends, you're right about having the portfolio that they need. Like I have a friend, she did HR, human resources, right? And then she made sure during her schooling years, she went to every big company she could to intern, so that her CV is super good, super solid.
Precisely, because she's in HR. She knows what is needed, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So she knows what companies look out for in a CV when people go for interview.
Yeah. When it comes to entrepreneurship, business, owning a business, right now it's everyone on the internet. Like everyone is doing their own business, or everyone is trying to get rich quick. And I have to say something about that, because I really don't agree. If I were to advise someone who says, what do you think about entrepreneurship for me? I will actually warn them first. Like, you have to be careful. This one is a very, very like, it's really a huge roller coaster ride. It's like gonna be the biggest roller coaster ride for you, because your mindset needs to change. You have to break away. I lost friends because I chose to be an entrepreneur. I chose to be a business owner, because those friends didn't serve me the right purpose per se when it comes to being in business. Purpose as in their mindset also, because you know how when you mix around with the people you mix around, it tends to it will form you as a person as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So
there's this saying that says, choose your friends wisely, right?
Yeah. I didn't want to sound like I was manipulating them or what, like throw them away, use them and throw away. No, it's not that. It's just that really I had to do what was best for me. And they were in a completely different zone, where there are those that climb the corporate ladder, do this or do that. You know, you have to build your CV, you have to be super good, you have to work in a super good company, then you'll be successful. And I'm like the only potato there, like, I'm just running my own business, okay, and you know, that kind of thing. So I was really, really out of place, basically, and not a lot of friends my age understood what I was going through. So, and then there was financial burdens, and then it's just different, basically. Yeah.
So among your friends, you know, similar age group, there are people who really choose to go for that stable income,
most of
corporate
them
job,
actually.
right? Yeah. So how should one choose? Do you always go for your passion, or should you go for your stomach?
Most of them follow their degree or their diploma.
Yeah, they follow the degree. So they just want to, as you say, climb the corporate ladder, right?
Yes.
But one thing I have to say though, that no matter, you know, we can say that, hey, you know, that's what they are. You know, some people, their makeup is just that they feel that I prefer the stability of working for others than the uncertainty of running a business, right? Yeah. But sometimes, you know, how about you think about, you need to do something over a long period of time. And as you say, join a good company. And as they gain their experience, you know, all this experience will generate different things for them, right? For example, if they climb to a certain level, they feel that they earn respect, they earn some power, right? They earn some, they maybe can impact other people, right? So isn't that something to think about as well?
Yes, that is. That's still something for that's actually success too. Because you also work so hard to climb up. Yeah. And I feel that, I guess my main point is, just because don't think that going to own your own business means success, because like the situation you just described, that is also success.
Yeah. So I suppose again is also where we go, whether we go with our heart or we go with our stomach, is really the person makeup as well, right? Some people just very risk averse. They find that it's too risky. And some people are just that kind of very adventurous, right? They want to try, they want to do new things, they want to, you know, just like some people when they travel to a different country, they will try different type of local food. But some people will always just go, okay, I'm a Chinese, I can only eat Chinese food.
Okay.
Right. So even though they can be in some country with some really interesting or exotic cuisine, they will still, oh, I need to find a Chinese restaurant. Yeah. So I think it could be the person makeup as well, right?
Right.
So the way I look at it, right, Christelle, I think probably this may sound very boring, but I think we do need to find a balance between, you know, when we are looking for what we want to do, whether running your own business or you want to join the corporate in a way, you know, you want to create your career, right? It's really, we have to think about, we have to be pragmatic in many sense, right? You need to be able to pay bills, and at the same time, you need a certain level of interest to sustain it. Right? If not, you know, as you said, you try out that the early childhood thing, and you couldn't sustain.
I honestly, this also boils down to self-awareness. Because if you ask me to choose, if I were to play a game where I have to choose this or that, right? And then you give me career or family, shit, why did I do this to myself? Oh my god. No, I don't want.
Yes, what would you choose?
No.
Christelle is being put on the hot seat now. What would you choose?
I go and throw myself into the fire for what? Oh my goodness.
Okay, what would you choose? I'm not letting you
okay. Career, because it will follow me for life. Because I'm gonna do this for like the next better part 50 years of my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you know this is being recorded, right?
I pray my future husband don't listen to this. Or my future kids. Oh shit, oh my god.
Future husband of Christelle out there. If you're listening in, we have reached the end of this episode. Okay, but seriously, guys, let us know. Do you follow your passion? You follow your heart, or you choose your stomach? And what is the outcome right now for you? Share with us.
Let us know, please. And we hope that this has been a great episode for you. You managed to take a point or two away with you. And yeah.
So see you guys next week, Thursday morning, 8 o'clock.
Happy listening. Bye.